Hi, this is PD at BurgZerg Arcade at BurgZergArcade.com, and this is another question and answer period. I just want to quickly bang out a few of these questions before I headed off to bed. I've got a on the other screen over here. The mic's a little bit in the way, but anyway, let's go ahead and start answering some of these. The first one I have is cannot add script behavior in the insert script name here. The script's file name does not match the name of the class defined in the script. Now, what this error means is that when you create your script inside of Unity, at least with the C# scripts, you have to, type that name in when you create it. And when you open it up inside of MonoDevelop or whatever you're using to actually edit the script itself, you'll have that at the top, public class, then the script name up there, then colon MonoDevelop. You want to go ahead and make sure where that script name is right before the colon. You want to make sure that matches whatever the file name is. Now in Unity 3.4, if you go ahead and name the script before you actually open it up in MonoDevelop, it'll actually bring that name over for you. So it should actually name your class for you now. But in previous versions, it didn't. So hopefully I get a lot less of these questions now that it automatically renames it for you. But anyway, keep that in mind. That's what that error means, and that's what we have to do to fix it. The next one is basically, when am I going to do tutorials on either some other game engine or some other application or something like that? Some of the more popular ones I get asked is UDK and Blender. Well, Blender, there's tons of tutorials on. There's a lot of them on UDK as well. I get asked on a few others like Hero Engine and stuff like that. But right now, I'm just focusing on Unity because that's the game engine that I use. And really, that's all I have time for right now. If you notice, the schedule's a little erratic. I'm starting to finally get caught back up on stuff so I can actually start doing more tutorials again. But for now, all I'm going to do is do my Unity tutorials. And once I'm caught up on those, maybe I can start looking at some other stuff. I probably won't be doing Blender tutorials simply because there's just so many out there. I really don't see me being able to cover anything that isn't already out there. I think my time would be better spent covering stuff that there isn't tutorials on. Okay, so the next one is, when are we going to cover a feature, X, Y, or Z? If it's not on my list, probably never. And if it is on my list, whenever I get time to get to it. I don't really have a solid list of, when I'm doing this, when I'm doing that. I kind of jump around a lot, basically, depending on the time I have. Because I know if I sit down and, okay, I've got an hour to work on the game, I want to, feel like I've done something programmatically in the game. So, I'm going to work on this little feature over here because I know in that 1 hour I can get this part done. That's basically how it goes for me. But if it's on the list, I get to it when I get to it. If it's not on the list, probably never. Some people can't use PayPal. I'm not really sure what to say about that. I know some countries aren't allowed to use it. I've heard of some people using an international card, is what I was told, to pay through PayPal. I know nothing about it. I don't plan on switching away from PayPal anytime soon. I might look into it maybe a little bit later on, but right now, the only thing I take is PayPal. The next question is, what happened to the live shows? I like to have my live shows on the weekend, particularly Saturday, and I like to have them in the evening, not too late, maybe around 4 or 5 o'clock. But that time slot, I haven't been able to get in to watch my son, and it's a little bit when you have this 2-year-old just terrorizing the downstairs here. Great news is that I actually have a caregiver for my son on Saturdays now. So I'm actually going to have Saturday, just a few hours on Saturday to start the live shows back up. And they'll be starting actually next week, which is, let me just get the date here. I put it up, took it down, put it up, took it down, like I noticed. Simply because it popped up over here. Simply because it was on, then it was off, and it was on again. But it's back on, and we're good to go unless something really bad happens. And that'll actually be on the 29th October, and I'm going to have it at 4 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. And the reason why I like to have it so early is because I know we do have a lot of people not on the western side of the world. So this seems to accommodate most people, is to have it on a Saturday early evening. But anyway, yeah, the first few shows are going to be pretty basic, kind of like just get together and chat. ask some questions, maybe go over some cool news that's been discovered. But if it has anything they want to show off, they can bring that. At least until we start getting back into the swing of things, and then maybe we'll start scheduling guests again. Okay, so let me see the next one. The human 249 model doesn't work. Some people have where the legs are all squiggly, or the shield and axe are not actually attached, but like way off onto the side. Now, the person who actually created that model, when I was using it in the series, he's done another version since then, and the FBX exporter in Blender that he used at the time, and I can't remember what version it was that he was using, but anyway, it didn't work right. So now when you import it into Unity, it's all screwy. What I would do, if you really want to use this model, is put Blender on your system. And Blender doesn't actually put anything in the register or anything like that. Not that I'm aware of, anyway. You can actually just install it on a thumb drive if you want. But basically, put it on your system somehow. Take that model, the .blend file, just drag it and drop it into your application. And Unity will automatically convert that over for you. So let's say you had it on a thumb drive. You can just stick your thumb drive in, drag and drop. It's going to go out, go to Blender, do what it has to do with Blender to convert this thing over to a format that Unity can use internally, which I believe is an FBX. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, and then after it's done, you can just pop the thumb drive out and never have to worry about it again. During the videos, I was using the FBX, I believe. Or sorry, the .blend file. But if you can't get it to work, I really wouldn't worry about it. You can grab any model you want. Some people were using the construction work that comes with Unity, and it actually looks a lot nicer. I'm not really sure how many animations it has. I do use it in a few later tutorials. But yeah, just go ahead and use the construction work if you can't get the other one working, or if you just kind of want an upgrade from it. Since someone else made it, I don't like to play around with it, and I'm not sure if they're going to come back and do anything with it. But anyway, that's it for the questions that I had for tonight. Thanks for watching, and if you actually like these question and answer periods, make sure you give it a thumbs up, as that lets me know that you like these, and I'll keep making them. And I am starting to get my videos out quite regularly now again, so go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed so you don't miss any. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.